Now that you have wired your IP camera directly to the NIC port on your computer and powered it with a 12 volt 1 amp DC power supply, and you have also downloaded the config tool, we can begin this process. Let's go ahead and open the config tool. If you have more than one network interface card, such as a Wi-Fi card and a LAN port, you'll have to select the correct network interface card that you'd like to use. Given that it's plugged directly into the camera and it is asking for an IP address because it is set to DHCP, we get this APIPA address, which starts with 169.254. This is because it cannot reach the router for an IP address. So we'll select that and refresh. And I see that this camera is set to 10.1.1.65 as its address. Its subnet mask, which is pertinent to our next step, is 255.255.255.0. and the default gateway is 10.1.1.1. This is important, knowing the default gateway, because that's what we're going to set our network interface card to. So the next step, right click on the network icon and select Open Network and Sharing Center. Here you will click on Change Adapter Settings. I'm going to disable my primary connection and only use the connection that is plugged directly into the camera. Here I will right click, select Properties, and go to Internet Protocol version 4, click on it to highlight it, and then select Properties. So most of you will be set to DHCP, which means obtain the IP address automatically. Instead, we'll want to highlight the radio button that says use the following IP address. And here we're going to enter the default gateway for our IP address. And then we're also going to match the subnet mask. And the rest of the information we don't care about at the moment. So we'll click OK, and then close. To reset the camera to factory settings, open up Mozilla Firefox and enter the camera's IP address. At the top of the page you'll see Allow to run MMX. We want to allow and remember. In the top right corner, click Setup. On the left, select System, then Default. Click on Default. OK. We want to come through here and make sure everything was reset. So Default and Save. Default and Save. And then everything here as well. Select Network, TCP/IP, Default, Save. Now it's on a different segment. So let's come over here, right click on your network adapter, select Internet Protocol version 4, Properties, and here we're going to match the scope. So we see 192.168.1.108. These first 3 octets should be the same. Now we're on the network again. If you are using a PoE NVR, you may return the computer's NIC settings to their original state, disconnect the camera, and attach it to the NVR. If you are not using a PoE NVR, you can configure the camera to the settings that you need and attach it to the network again. A side note on IP addressing. If more than one device on a network has the same IP address, all devices with that address will stop communications until the conflict is resolved. How does this relate? If you are setting a camera's address and that address is already taken on the network, once you connect that camera to the network, neither device will be accessible until one of them has been taken off the network. You can check the ARP tables or ping the IP address you wish to set the device to in order to test. If you receive a response from that address, you should consider setting your camera to another address. In order to get access to your network and the internet again, we're going to have to change the settings back to where they were. For most of you, it will be as simple as changing the radio button back to obtain IP address automatically. Click close, and you're all set.